let's go. It's for my town, bruh. I know we've been abused. I hold us down, bruh. That's either win or lose. Wait, what I'm talking about? We ain't finna lose. See, cause failure is an option we ain't finna choose. So if you didn't know, you need to get used to me. I'm trying to place Dayton back up where we used to be. That mean I gotta put the crown on my city's head. I read the news and then I heard that my city's dead. And so I ran into the mortuary and came out with a corpse I've been forced to carry. And now it's weekend at Bernie's till they earn me. Beating every beat until it leaves on the gurney. Some people saying no, you might need an attorney.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, man. What's going on?
Man, just happy to have you back, man. I know coffee is a passion of yours.
Yeah.
I've always appreciated the brand. I've always tried to support the brand as much as possible. What brought about the name change? I like, I was Grindhouse, man. I loved it. You gave me the hoodie. Still to this day, one of my favorite hoodies. And
I still got all my merch from Grindhouse.
Oh my God, we gotta get it out. We gotta get it out.
So very long story in there, and I'll tell you this. There's an NDA.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to word it to where I can go around the NDA.
Okay.
Can't mention what happened.
Okay.
Up north. So, but when I came down here, we opened up here as Grindhouse.
Okay.
I got a letter from my attorney.
Okay.
So there's a company in Atlanta that trademarked the words Grindhouse.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But here's the kicker. There's a lot of Grindhouse cafes in the United States.
Right.
There's over 1,000 of them.
Okay.
I figured because I was making a nice little splash and taking up a chunk of the grind, back then when you Googled Grindhouse,
right,
that first page on Google was all me.
Okay. That's search engine optimization,
right.
SEO.
So, the SEO, it was going to me. And all the articles, positive, negative, website, anything. It was all Grindhouse. It was going toward me.
Okay.
So I got the letter. And it said it was a cease and desist.
Okay.
Because they had, during the pandemic, during COVID,
people had time on their hands.
Right. He trademarked it. And I did a little research. He has 9 locations, a burger shop called Grindhouse. I'm like, all right. Then he said, well, you can use the name, but you got to promise not to sell any burgers or sandwiches.
Okay.
At the time, we were thinking about opening up a second location, and we was going to be a full-fledged cafe. So my wife and I, she was like, nah, after all the stuff that happened.
Right.
But it was like, all right, cool. We took the time. We came up with a name like that would favor us as a family and something that we can pass on generations after generation. So we was just like, all right, let's call it Miller Grind and Brews.
And I like it, by the way.
Thank
you. I love the rebrand. Right. I love it. It's simple. I love it. It's a powerful logo. So that was always good for you. You had a great logo the last time. This is a great logo. And it's more inclusive of just more than coffee. And it's what have you.
It's whatever. So we came up with that because in our future, well, put it like this. Back then,
it's definitely more versatile. I'll say that. It doesn't pigeonhole you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So and then we had different brews of coffee. We had all the flavoring, and we had teas, and it was just like
you can go into sodas.
Yeah, we go into sodas, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So and that was the initial thing, but it just kept, we just rode with it.
Okay.
And it worked out pretty good.
When did we relaunch?
March.
Okay.
Beginning of April.
Okay.
I think they're gonna relaunch the whole food hall period.
Okay.
Once they get the pizza together.
Okay.
And then once they get that up and running, and then we're gonna relaunch as a whole food hall. Everybody. Okay. Relaunching everything. So I'm pretty excited about that. New owners, a new vibe, new energy.
Okay.
Everybody excited. We're gonna get there.
Okay, we work on getting an open mic comedy night down here since I'm a new comedian. Maybe I can host it. Who knows?
Right. Right.
Let's network. Let's see if we can't make that happen.
I will put you in touch with Patricia and her son and you take it from there.
All right, I would love to have a talk with him. And how large do you envision the brand being?
Well,
what's the goal? What's the ultimate goal?
All right, so the idea of Miller's Grind and Brews was basically to pass it on to the kids.
Right.
I got 3 kids, 24, 19, and 6.
Okay.
So that's the ultimate idea. So Miller's Grind and Brew is fully owned by my 3 kids and my wife. Okay. I'm retired. I'm here to get something going, get me moving, get out of that chair at home, looking at TV all day. You know what I'm saying?
Understand.
Posting on Facebook.
Right.
So, and that's why I'm here. So here I get to get out the house.
Right.
Make some coffee, reconnect with some of the old customers, and bring in new customers so I can get it going. And once we get up and running, like fully fledged with everything, because there's pastries coming.
Right.
There's more coffees. I'm going to have like 4 or 5 blenders, stuff like that. I'm going to take up all this space all the way to the register. So basically, when we get that up and running, I'm going to bring somebody in, train them, teach them the recipes on how to make it the correct way.
Right.
And I'm going back home. My kids, they want to expand as far as they can go. Right. They want to offer franchises.
Okay.
And we got some interest in the franchise. When you open a business, you ain't got to be big.
Find your lane. That's the whole reason why I started. I had the confidence to start comedy is because I realized I can carve out a lane.
Yeah.
Even if I only have a core 100 fans in the city of Dayton, I can live off of 100 fans if I'm giving them food.
Yeah.
If I'm feeding them with my energy, I can live off 100 people. This is how we build community.
I got enough space here, about the biggest of my car. And I can pay my mortgage, or whatever. Don't need a big space. You find you a niche somewhere.
Niche. Niche. The power of niche.
Yeah, you advertise right. You get some core customers. They tell their friend, hey, you gotta go try this shit. Word of mouth still work.
Yeah.
You gotta spend thousands of dollars.
We're so caught up in being so flamboyant and letting everybody know we're doing something instead of just sitting still and let it come to us if you're giving the people the food.
Yeah.
Just giving out good mojo.
Yeah. I mean,
juju.
It's to the point where, as being in the game for a pretty long time. I've been doing it for a while.
Man, I remember mail order.
Yeah. You have to realize that you can't tell everybody everything.
Right.
You can't tell, and I heard this on Steve Harvey, one of my biggest people that I go to and watch what he had to say, because
I'm not gonna hold that against you, but go ahead.
But his and it's not even common.
I'm being an ass. I'm being an ass.
He will say stuff
facetious,
and you sit there and think like, oh man, he telling the truth though. Yeah, right on. You ain't got to like the man, but he telling you the God's honest truth. He said one thing, you can't tell small-minded people your big dream.
Oh no,
they will kill it.
I've learned, they don't even, and they do it under the guise of looking out for you too. That's the worst part.
Yeah. And that's when I got a core of friends. Luckily, I got a core of friends that same friends that I had since first grade.
Right.
Saying we've been friends for over 40 years. Mm-hmm. And hey, go do it then. And another thing I would tell people is like, if you got it, if you recognize your gift, we all got a gift.
Oh yeah.
Some people never recognize a gift till later in life.
We all got figured out mine. Mine is the gift of gab.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this.
Right. So if you figure out your gift early and you blessed to do that, you got a lot of people that figure out their gift when they was little. I tell this story to my kids all the time, especially my young one. I got a 6-year-old. Telling that my first entrepreneurial experience, I was probably like 8 or 9 years old. Wow. I lived in Crown Point, up there by the VA. My daddy and my parents owned the whole block, land, and we had nice ass house, and then we just owned a bunch of land. You know, and he instilled in me like, you gotta do work, man. You shouldn't be sitting up here asking for stuff. You ain't doing nothing. So I had to help put the fence up all the way around. I mean, digging holes in the 8th grade. You want these shoes? You go out there and help them dig that hole.
Yeah.
So my first entrepreneur was my daddy used to buy bootleg starter jackets back in the like late 80s, early 90s. And them Coca-Cola, remember the Coca-Cola?
Right. Yeah, Coca-Cola was hot.
Man, look, he bought them shits from China.
Okay. Ooh, back then he had a China plug back then.
I don't know how he did it, but I remember.
Yeah, they looked like the Walter Payton kangaroos. Yeah.
I had a pair of them bad boys once a month. I'd go through them. Yeah. I mean, they wasn't nothing back then but $15. Right. So, you know, that followed me. And when I got out of college, you know, I started working in retail. Okay. And I learned my gift right there. Okay. My very first retail job was Blockbuster. Okay. But I learnned my gift while I was down at Blockbuster. Talking to people. Yeah. Taking care of folks. Yeah. Hey, what you need? I got you. Come back tomorrow. I'll go to another store and go get it. Right. Because they got one, I'll bring it back here. You know, helping out the customer. Just stuff like that. Yep. So I learned my gift and I exploited it and worked my way up the corporate ladder. Okay. For the next 25 years. Okay. It got to the point where I was like, all right, I'm done making all these big companies millions of dollars, and y'all only paying me $100,000 a year. But I just made you $70 million. Oh no, we ain't gonna do that.
The math ain't math, and it never does. It never does.
You know, it's just like one day I had a warehouse job. I was a account manager, and I was like, let me get back into coffee, man. You know, I just love that. Right, selling coffee because my very first. Now, a lot of people don't understand. My entrepreneur officially spirit started in '99. Okay. And I had e-commerce websites. I had like 4 of them. Okay. Sold them all. I had one called 911cdcare.com. I was selling back then. Right. It was the manual CD cleaning kit.
You know what? I think I had one of those. Yep.
Take it out there. But then, you know, I found a distributor that had the automatic. Okay. The box. I mean, I sold them like crap. I sold them for $300-400. Okay. Sold them the Hollywood videos. Sold them the Blockbuster because they had started DVDs started coming in. Okay. Turned around and sold it. That was 2001. Okay. So I started this. The very first coffee shop was called Wired Cyber Cafe. Okay. And it was downtown Dayton. Okay. Back then, you know, cyber cafes was the shit. Okay. I had one. Closed it up and went through a divorce. So when I met my wife now, Sarah, we started up and she was like, you need to go after all that shit. All this shit you talking, this big shit you talking. Okay. Yeah. You go.
Yeah, well, no, get out of the accountability partner.
Yeah, she was just like, do it. Yeah. What you waiting here for? What you waiting for? Try and do it. What you scared of? Right. Another thing from Steve Harvey, you got to know when to jump. Yeah. I even bought the book. I took that to heart. Okay. Because what he was talking about, I was like, that's everybody.
If you prepared, you gotta have faith.
Yeah, you gotta have faith.
What I'm saying? You know you got it.
So eventually, your parachute gonna open. Mm-hmm. And when it opens, you have to look at it as a blessing. All right, I got it. I'm slowed down. Let me go after this shit hard. And that's what we did. You know, just my thing is this: I want them to remember what I did and what I taught, and not to remember where they buried my bones at.
That's what's up. And shit. On that note, we're gonna thank Mr. Miller for taking the time to sit down with us at the social tapping table. And until next time, Nat Turner II and Bill Miller Jr.
I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
The ones you think will hold you down to do just that. That's why the people I fly with, I die with. That's on some airplane falling out the sky shit. But we don't cry shit, cause we ain't scared, no. See, I'm a pilot, and this an air show. A rough ride through these skies I'm aware though, and all this turbulence is just something that I'm prepared for.